Mayor, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
The election is in 30 or so days. Shouldn't this campaign have started a lot earlier when these things got on the ballot?
You know, you think about that, but you know that people don't pay attention to things until the end of the election. Everybody's been focused on the presidential one, get those presidential debates gone. You are focused on the big stuff. Now, all of a sudden, these charter amendments are up there and they're looming and they're scary. And so everybody's woken up and said, we got to do something about this.
What was fascinating the other day, more than 30 current and former elected officials, former city manager, people who wouldn't necessarily all be on the same side in years past, all got together. What message do you think that sends?
Well, look, these are terrible amendments, S, T, and U. Vote no on them. But they're complicated. If you read them, you can't even really understand what they're saying. What hopefully we send a message to folks is, you trust these people. You trust these people. You've trusted them for years, and you can trust their thoughts about them. There's not one public official that I know that has come out against for these things, okay? Everybody says this is terrible. So you have a we are the world moment of political leaders that they ran against each other. They didn't like each other, but they all say, for the good of the city, we think voting no on these things is the right thing to do.
On the surface, these sound great. S, T, and U, these charter amendments sound good that Dallas voters will see on their ballot. Hire more police officers, pay them more, pay the next city manager based on problems that he or she solves. And you know, open it up where citizens can sue City Hall if they want to. It sounds good on the surface. Why wouldn't this be good if it passed?
Well, look, I'm one of the biggest fans of hiring more police officers and paying them more. I'm for accountability, but it's how it's done. The way these amendments are written, it's going to destroy City Hall, okay? It's going to open up for lawsuits. Anybody can sue anybody, okay? If you trip over a curb or your trash is not picked up, we're going to be full of lawsuits. Well, that's going to cost a lot of money, and the city is going to start to grind to a halt, okay? We want to hire more police officers. Chief David Brown said yesterday, this is not the way to do it, to dictate this. We're going to, all the other things, roads, streets, libraries, parks, that will lose funding. We will not be a holistic city. And we can hire more police officers if we run the city correctly. And I think everybody's aligned behind that.
If this were to, well, let me ask you this. Former Mayor Ron Kirk says if these passed, it would be like rolling a hand grenade into City Hall. You said, quote, this is chocolate-covered rat poison.
Well, I said that because, you know, it sure looks good on the surface, right? It's like, well, boy, I'd like a little bit of that. Wouldn't I like to sue the city? Wouldn't I like more police officers? But inside that, this thing explodes, and I think that's why Mayor Kirk's analogy is great. It's a Trojan horse that gets in there, and because of the legal ramifications. And I haven't seen one politician, I haven't seen one city leader stand up and say these are good. You know, we've got someone that's registered in Athens, okay, doesn't live in the city of Dallas, is proud of being part of the January 6th fiasco in Washington, that's bankrolling this. And it's like, I love democracy. This is fun. Let's get it on. But there's no credibility because there's no one's experience about how to make a city run.
And you're referring to Monty Bennett there, who is bankrolling this from the other side. But let me make sure I understand, though. Is the concern that if these pass, the money would have to go to public safety? Well, and City Hall and the elected council members and mayor couldn't decide whether they want to, give some to City Hall, give some to public safety, give some to libraries and roads?
Well, first of all, it dictates how the mayor and city council spends the money. Okay? We've never done that, and no city in America does that.
It's binding.
It's binding. You have to do it because of one vote on one day. All right. Second, the way it's written, it doesn't provide any flexibility if things change. So it's going to be that way for a long time. Third, if you can't even hire all these police officers, which both the chiefs have said, this will take years and years to do, okay? that money's frozen. You can't do anything with it. And so meanwhile, we got problems over here, but we're not able to solve those problems. That's not the way you run a business. It's not the way you run a city.
What should we expect to see from this campaign over the next 3 or 4 weeks?
I think it's very organized. We've got the money. You're going to see a lot of social media. You're going to see digital media. You're going to see mailers. We're going to have op-eds written in papers. We've got leaders across the city all mobilized to get to their connections why this is going to be bad. It's very grassroots, but the great news is all united. We are united. We stand on this one. No one's speaking out against it. And now it's time for the citizens to wake up and say, I gotta understand exactly what's happening, and then vote no to STNU. Make sure you go to votenodallas.com. It's bipartisan too, if you really think about this. Everybody, you got Republicans and Democrats doing it.
You mentioned Monty Bennett a moment ago. The effort to pass this, to get STNU passed and go into effect, has a lot of conservative support. What do you think's behind that?
I don't know how much conservative support it is. When I talk to good conservatives, they understand that you want good government. There is a group of people that are supporting that. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I just know who he is and what he has done. And I know what he's proposing, which would be very, very bad for the taxpayers of Dallas. I think good conservatives want good government, and they don't want crazy government, and this would be crazy government.
The Dallas County Democratic Party said this was a MAGA takeover of Dallas City Hall. Is that accurate? Is that fair, do you think?
You know, I think a lot of people that are against this see a lot of different issues that are happening. I don't read big things into it. I want to just kind of stay focused on the city of Dallas and why this is bad. And I'm really disappointed it doesn't come from the citizens themselves, the taxpayers themselves that are funding this. It's somebody outside. I'm more worried about them being outside than some great issue that he may be dealing with.
But they say they did a petition and got tens of thousands, 170,000 total names on there. They say this is organic.
Well, first of all, I love democracy and I love our petitions. For the record, our state, we can't do petitions in our state, okay? Because they don't want to be like California, okay? And California's got petitions. Now, Dallas needs to be that way, I guess, according to these people, right? They've got to be run by petitions. And I just think that we've got to make sure that you understand what those people signing the petitions really are saying. They're saying, we want more accountability. We want more police officers, okay? And I'm with them. I'm with them. And we need to do that, continue to do that. Now, crime's down, and we've been bringing tax rates down. So we're better and better government. We got a lot of work to do, though. We got a lot of work, but this isn't the way to do it. In fact, this is going to back up this. No other city in America. No other city in America. We'd be the laughingstock. Nobody's going to move to Dallas, okay? If we have these, we'll be caught up in a lawsuit forever.
And this would tie City Council's hands on how it can spend money, you think?
Well, it automatically does. It dictates it in one of those amendments, and it dictates about your city manager, whether you're going to keep them or not, based on 0.01% of the citizens. 0.01% will decide whether a city manager stays. I wouldn't take that job. If I was a city manager, I would not take, because now I get politicized as opposed to doing what's right for the taxpayers.
If this were to pass, what's the point of City Council then, if there's already a dictate there saying this is how you have to spend money?
That's the point. It's changing the whole way we do city government. So 3 little amendments, S, T, and U on the back, can blow up this whole city government that we should be so proud of what this city has become. Okay, it was remarkable, and now we're risking it all.
Last question for you. The other problem with this is that these charter amendments are going to be at the bottom of the ballot. Everyone's excited about the top of the ballot: Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, Ted Cruz, Colin Allred. Do you think people are going to get down that far in the ballot and actually vote on understand these, and then vote on these?
Well, I don't know what percentage. I haven't seen that data, and this is a long arduous thing. I do believe that turnout's going to be very, very large. And so I think you're going to have a lot of people engaged. Most of the time when those situations happen to me, I power through them. I get frustrated because they got all the judges, you got all this, and you've got a lot of amendments. So we'll see. But hopefully what we're saying is whatever you do, don't vote for these things, vote against them for ST&U. And if it is complicated, again, go to votenodallas.com. You can read more about it, be educated, and just know that we're risking the city with these three things. So vote against them.
And you think there's enough time for you guys to get your message to Dallas voters?
No question. People aren't even thinking about this stuff until usually a couple days before about all this other stuff. So we're getting the message out now, and they're going to get plenty of information.
Mayor, thank you.
Thank you.